Okay. Okay. So again, I just want to thank you all, and especially ABA for putting this together. I think I love being able to be a part of these types of discussions because it really is trying to help you navigate that relationship with either automotive or another sector. So this is great. So I will go into my next slide. Do you see there Honda's culture? I can't hear anybody, so I'm hoping you can.
Yes.
Great, great, great. So our company philosophy is rooted in what we call our fundamental beliefs. So particularly our commitment to respect for the individual, and especially our suppliers. And more than a half a century ago, our founders didn't use the phrase inclusion, but their insistence on encouraging initiative, equality, and mutual trust, that's embodied this notion from the very beginning of our company. So every person should not only be afforded the respect they deserve, but also the opportunity to fulfill life's potential. So this is like our North Star. These are our core values that we live by. So although we are a small but mighty team of two, this is our department, the Procurement Inclusion Diversity Team. There is Lori Peaker, who is my boss. She's the department lead of supplier diversity and procurement governance. She has been with Honda for 26 years. And then there is myself, the senior supplier diversity specialist. And I've been at Honda for 13 years, 6 years in supplier diversity. And I'm very excited to announce that we will be adding a supplier diversity administrator as of April 1st. And that individual's name is Carl Harris. And he's actually based out of our Alabama plant. So it's really cool. This virtual world has been able to create other opportunities for Honda individuals who want to grow with our team that aren't specifically located in California. So this is what Honda looks for in a supplier. One of the pillars would be rebates and cost improvements. So for example, does your company offer any rebates? Do you offer any guarantees? That's something that we like to look at when we're looking for a supplier. Also, how you treat your employees. This is something very important to Honda, as I'm sure it is with other companies as well. We want to make sure that you are treating your employees with respect, that aligns with our core value of respect for the individual. So we're looking for, what is your turnover rate? Do you have great benefits that you offer your staff? And is your company competitive with pay? The other pillar would be automotive experience. So what we're looking for here is not only automotive, but mobility. Honda is a mobility company, meaning we don't just produce vehicles, but also power equipment for also a motorcycle and Honda Marine and also a Honda Jet. So you don't have to have specifically auto experience, but if you have experience in those other areas, that's great. If you do not have automotive experience, that is where I have implemented the tactical spend group, where we're looking to try and work on smaller projects with diverse suppliers so that can help get their foot in the door. The other would be an MSA. Something that I have seen is that, for example, if Honda has 5 suppliers going through the final rounds and they see an MSA come back with a ton of red lines, that impacts their timeline significantly. And I have seen that Honda will consider that as part of their decision analysis on how long it would take to go back and forth with legal and with you. So obviously we want your best interest and ours, but just be mindful of how many red lines are within that MSA. Safety reports. This is particularly to those who are in the facility services industry, making sure that you don't have more than 1 incident report a year. And then lastly, insurance coverage, where Joshua, you were talking about you we cover a lot of our suppliers with their insurance. So workers' comp, commercial general liability, umbrella liability, and et cetera. So typically we'll ask for a certificate of insurance, a COI, and part of our vetting process will be to request this information through our supplier quality assessment form. And I will make sure to make some time at the end to answer any questions you have. I know I only have a few minutes to get through this. So the next slide is how to stand out to supplier diversity. So leverage supplier databases by spending a little extra time on optimizing keywords in your profile. So for example, Honda does not use NICS codes, we use keywords. So if you are in facility services, roofing, plumbing, HVAC, advertising, marketing, those are the type of keywords that you want to make sure that are on your profile, because again, not every company uses NICS codes. Next would be healthy relationships. Respect the supplier diversity team's time and their instructions for following up. I have been a one-woman show for a very long time, actually 2 years now. Lori has been part-time in supplier diversity. And so you can imagine, especially with everything going virtual, I have so many emails. And so just if I don't get back to you right away, it's not because I'm purposely ghosting you. It's just that I am just one person and I'm trying to focus on RFP opportunities that I know are coming up and trying to focus on those suppliers until help arrives, like Carl, who will be joining our team in April. And then also RFPs, please read the entire package if you are invited to bid. If it's not within your wheelhouse, we ask that you respectfully decline to bid. This is not going to hurt your chances for future opportunities, but it's better to respectfully decline than to not respond at all. And then make sure that you're answering all sections and that you're returning the RFP on time. And the last two, one is competitors, leverage your uniqueness. And then what is your wow factor? So being able to show in your presentation approved testimonials, case studies, cost savings, anything that really stands out, makes your company stand out. And then lastly, this again is our talking about our supplier quality assessment forum. So those who are in the room today, if you are interested in becoming a supplier to Honda, I will send you a quality assessment form. And it's really intended to gather information about your company and to start establishing a relationship between supplier diversity as well as the buyer and the stakeholder. Diverse business capability showcase. That's something that we also have. So that's work with supplier diversity. We help you with your capabilities presentation so that when you do have an opportunity to present in front of the stakeholders, you're not going in blind. We're helping you through that process. And I know I did a lot of talking and I know that went by really, really quick. So I just wanted to provide you with our shared email there. So myself, Lori, and Carl, if you email the NAIP, which stands for North America Indirect Purchasing, supplier diversity at na.honda.com, we'll be able to help you and send you that quality assessment form. And that is the end of my presentation. Does anybody have any questions? No?
Thank you for sharing. That was really helpful and that was great. And one question that I have is, being with Honda being Japanese owned, would supply diversity kind of not include a Japanese firm, since you might want to be diversifying a lot of aspects of the business, the vendors, and many of them may be of Japanese descent. So just wondering, being Japanese, does that still qualify for your supplier diversity process?
Absolutely. We consider diverse being women-owned, minority-owned, including being Japanese. And because being Japanese, then it's kind of like you already know the culture,
right.
A little bit of the ins and the outs. And to be completely honest, in Japan, supplier diversity or diversity, equity, inclusion is really not a priority, because it's just that difference. So here in America, there's a big spotlight on these initiatives and these efforts. So we've actually had to do a lot of education to our CEO and president on the importance and the impact that having a supplier diversity program has to its community. So definitely.
Real quick, so having our MBE certification, is there any other process we need to go through that you're looking for?
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be the supplier quality assessment form process. And I'll share or if you email that shared email address I provided. I don't like to send people to a registration portal because it is a black hole. Honda hates when I say that, but it's the truth. And so I like to build a relationship with my suppliers by email, jumping on a Teams call. I'm going to remember you a lot better that way than if I were to direct you to a portal.
Oh, good. Thank you so much. That's very helpful.
You're welcome.